Back in September, I had the chance to take a break from the chaos of the apartment situation and take a ride up the coast with my bike to Torre Guaceto, which is a nature preserve. There's a lot of towers that you see along the way here. That's Punta Penne, I think, and Torre Testa, I think is the next one that you come across, and then you get to Torre Guaceto, about 15 miles up north from Brindisi. So I did a bit of a flyover with Google Earth here. You can see I kind of started from the stairs there, took the boat, I put my bike on the boat and crossed the harbor into the other part of Brindisi. Got to the stairs there, headed north out of the city past the airport, and then north up the coast there, and you kind of pass by a public beach right there. And then there's an outcropping peninsula you kind of see in the background there, and that's where Punta Penne is, I believe. That's the first one. And then a few miles up the coast, there's another tower, Torre Testa, which is right there, the next peninsula. And then a few more miles up, you kind of see it's brown, the landscape on the left, and then it kind of turns dark green and lush right up here, and that's where the nature preserve is, Torre Guaceto. And that is the peninsula right there. So this is where the journey starts, with my bike at the bus stop there, waiting for the boat to come. Popped it on pretty easily, and the boat filled up at the next stop with a few more tourists. It was a nice day, not too hot. And there you can kind of see in the background as we're leaving Brindisi, the old part of Brindisi behind, with the steps there. It lets you off at the other part, or the opposite side of the harbor. There's the boat, and there's the kind of bus stop dock. So you just go off. The only problem is there's a bit of a hill up there, and had to carry the bike up those stairs. And then you go through the city here. Not too bad. Streets aren't too narrow. Traffic isn't too bad. There's a market there that day. You can take a right up here, and that takes you then past the United Nations Global Logistics Base here, which is that on the right. Here's me riding past the public beach, which is a nice sandy beach, pretty large, and there's people swimming at that time, still in September. There's plenty of places to stop and kind of swim, you know, not necessarily sandy, but kind of rocky, and a couple sandy coves that you can swim in along the way. Fate porci a casa vostra. That sign basically means to go, someone's telling people to go act like a pig at your own house, and don't leave your garbage here, because that's one of the problems that these beaches have. They're really beautiful, but unfortunately people leave all their plastic bottles and trash behind. It's a bit of an issue in southern Italy here. And this is the first tower you come to, Punta Penne. I believe these all kind of date back from the 1500s. The water is really nice and clean pretty much everywhere once you get past the city. There's the next tower, Torre Testa. off the main road, there's some dirt paths that will kind of take you a little bit closer to the towers. You can go and explore those. Legend has it the towers were built something like 500 years ago and kind of meant to be a early warning detection system, and they spoke with each other. They were kind of strategically spaced a few miles apart. At least that's what the sign next to the towers told me. There was some invading ships from Turkey, so when the Turks would come and try to plunder the city, they would give the next tower down the line a heads up and warn them that they were coming. Some of them are quite dilapidated and falling apart, so hopefully they can restore them at some point. So after you get past Torre Testa, take a road, get off on a different road and go kind of by the highway. It's kind of a side road to the highway, although it's not too busy, which is nice. Took this road up here to Torre Guaceto, the nature reserve. And then the scenery gets a bit nicer. It's a bit cleaner. The sand turns white. Water is nice and clean. You can see Torre Guaceto there in the distance. And then there's just dirt paths at this point. You can still bike, but have to get off and walk the bike at certain points. A lot of erosion on the cliffs that you have to be a little careful of to make sure you don't fall down. Kind of coming up on the end of the tour here. This is where I stopped. I didn't want to really ride my bike in the sand there. So I just took out my bottle of water and piece of bread that I took with me. Found a tree trunk to sit on and enjoyed the view.